Aaron Pryor has been known to charge out at the opening bell. Round one. Pryor with the first punch. He scores with a right hand. Up tempo right from the opening bell.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if someone gets knocked down in the first round.
Pryor, perpetual motion. He is right on top of Arguello, who gets off the ropes. Crowd already starting to cheer. Arguello with a right hand that scores on Pryor, whose legs buckle for a moment.
Pryor seems to be hurt. Alex went to the body and was able to hurt Pryor for a while.
And take a count of 8, 9, or 10, and that has been the story. First round, uppercut, the right hand, and another left hand. Arguello against the ropes. A lot of action for the first round of a 15-round fight. A right hand by Arguello.
This is the first time I haven't seen Alex go at this pace in the early round.
There's a right hand by Pryor, and Arguello is hurt. Well, so far the fight has been exactly as advertised. There's another right hand by Pryor, and another right hand, and another. And Arguello gets off the ropes.
Alex is hurt seriously now.
Arguello is letting Pryor fight his fight. And another right hand, and Arguello back to the ropes again. Arguello unable to keep Pryor off him early on.
Alex's legs,
is a key.
He started to buckle.
Really puts the pressure on the referee. This is still the first round, remember.
You know, both fighters a little arm-weary in the very first round because they started off very fast at the beginning of the first round.
Well, there weren't too many who expected this fight to go the distance, rather. A left hand by Pryor again. A combination by Pryor. And an uppercut. End of the round, and what a first round. Another factor also is the fact that Pryor often misses shots. He did not miss many punches in that first round, and he scores his first 3 of this one. An uppercut sends Arguello reeling backward.
You see, Pryor is also much physically stronger than the other fighters that Alex has been in the ring with. And that left jab of Pryor is getting through.
Pryor is very sharp with his punches. Not only a lot of them, but very effective.
Both fighters are missing some shots, like those overhand rights. If either punch lands from either fighter, someone has to go down.
Much the worst of it. And again, Pryor getting off before Arguello. Arguello, a professional, and that is the thing that is constant. When you hear anybody talk about Alexis Arguello, they say he's the consummate professional.
Well, see, Pryor always punches himself out unnecessarily. He burned a lot of energy up. And another thing he must keep in mind, he can't stand straight up. That left hook by Arguello just landed. Pryor can't afford to stand straight up because Arguello gets very good leverage. But inside, it should be Aaron Pryor all the way.
That time, Arguello got a right hand counter punch off, and Pryor is hurt.
Now, see, you'll see Arguello, because Pryor was dazed from that overhand right.
Pryor talking to Arguello now. That punch by Arguello was just a case of his man making a mistake and Arguello countering the mistake, and that's what he says.
Pryor's mistake and bad habits, the fact he burnt his stamina is not as great as it should be. Although he punches very, very hard.
That's a rarity. I've seen it a couple of times, once in your fight with Tommy Hearns, but it is rare that a fight lives up to the press clippings. So far, this one has, albeit it is early. Arguello fighting off the ropes and fighting very effectively off the ropes. Arguello got the better of that exchange. But Pryor is still right on Arguello. And Arguello does seem content to have his back against the ropes and have Pryor lean on him. This is just the second round. Neither man is marked. End of the second round.
Panama Lewis wants Pryor to move his head more and move his body more, not come in quite so straight to Arguello.
Accurate. Pryor has to be very careful.
Both fighters headhunting early on here. Arguello oftentimes likes to go to the body. He's not done that against Pryor. Of course, it's tough against a shorter man who's all over you. That was just a push for which Pryor draws a bit of a warning.
But Pryor must, I feel, Barry, they must get Arguello out of there in the early rounds, because the late rounds will definitely belong to Alex.
Pryor, who came back with a left hand of his own. Again, you can't emphasize enough, the crowd is very much pro Arguello, so when Arguello scores, you're going to hear it a lot more.
Of Arguello's caliber.
Arguello took a right hand from Pryor, mostly on the gloves, but it still forced him back into the ropes. Arguello, straight right hand, or rather Pryor, a straight right hand, and I believe I see some blood from under the eye. And he took another shot right there.
Although Pryor's landing very well, he has a bad habit of coming straight in with his chin up.
It is just a swelling and not a bleeding under the eye.
See what happened? The right hand, I sense fatigue in Aaron Pryor. And you'll see Arguello just take control.
And this is only the third round, and that short right hand, that was the punch that put Kevin Rooney away. That was not a damaging punch by Arguello. Pryor backs off.
Those body shots of Arguello's taking a toll.
End of the round, end of round 3. Arguello off the stool and into the center of the ring. Arguello's corner, Eddie Futch telling him, don't wait on it.
As I've said, in the very first rounds. And the big blows that are starting to land.
Combination by Pryor. And Arguello takes a good right hand from Pryor, and Pryor now putting on the pressure on the ropes. It was only the right hand, though, that scored.
The combinations to watch from Alex Arguello is that under left uppercut and overhand right, which has been very effective. For Aaron Pryor, any particular punch, because he's very strong.
Time can wear a man down. That right hand caught Arguello on the gloves, but he did score with an uppercut and another left hand. Arguello back with the right hand of his own.
See, Pryor cannot do this, Barry. He can't back up. Arguello gets too much leverage, and plus his reach that he has. Bobs and weaves, throws it with the left hand, the right hand. He's capable of throwing punches from all angles.
He becomes very difficult to hit, too, just with that head roll that he has. He just makes a very tough target. That was an overhand right at the bell.
Alex Arguello thinking a lightweight champion's thoughts. You wonder what's going on inside that great old fighting head.
Jab and a right hand. Opening bell.
Well, Arguello, the way he's fighting now, he's concentrating. He's trying to figure out what should be more effective. You'll notice he'll go to the body on Pryor with that left uppercut. Arguello starts throwing punches under.
There was a good left hook by Arguello, but it did not hurt Pryor, who smiles back at him and takes the right hand from Arguello.
Watch the right hand by Arguello. If he has time to set it up, there.
That missed.
Right, step back.
Referee Stanley Christodoulou breaking the 2.
Pryor for a combination. Pryor has the ability to throw his rhythm off, because he comes back with a series of his combinations.
Pryor rarely will throw one punch, all in combinations, and that's the way it says. Right hand by Arguello. Pryor's not hurt, backs away from it.
Let's see, Arguello can't deal with a boxer. He has trouble with all boxers, and Pryor's doing the right thing now, side to side.
At the bell. Pryor again rushing off the stool at Alexis Arguello. Arguello being told to keep the jab in his face.
In his style and his tactics, he needs to feint a little bit more.
That was a little bit short. And that was not. That hurt Arguello. Arguello holds on here as Pryor forces the attack. Now that could be a factor. That is in the area where the blood could get in the eye. That right hand did not hurt Pryor, and as much as he can. And a good right hand by Pryor. Arguello has been stopped on cuts once before, in his first loss, as a matter of fact. Well, the cut is a pretty nasty cut, and now I can't help but wonder if Arguello is not going to have to take the offense here.
Well, unfortunately, Barry, they didn't have a chance to stop the bleeding.
As he knows his man's in trouble, an uppercut, and he right back with the left hand.
That was a beautiful combination. You'll see Aaron Pryor come under with his punches. He throws the overhand right, then follows that right hand with the straight left jab.
There was a good right hand right on the eye. Under the eye is getting a little bit worse on Arguello as well. Again, does not seem to have a lot of sting in his punches either.
Well, he's fighting a bigger man, too.
And there's the right hand, and that might have hurt Pryor. Arguello trying to follow it up, scores with another left hand, but Pryor not stepping back. Pryor does not seem hurt.
But Pryor fights harder when he's hurt, as a matter of fact. Because that left hook and that right hand by Arguello was a good, solid punch.
Panama Lewis saying, don't fight his fight, fight your fight. He also said he's a blind fighter.
You see there, Aaron Pryor gave a feint. Just walking away from his opponent. And with a fight like Arguello, you can't do that.
Crowd really into this fight, as you can hear. Very much in support of Alexis Arguello, who takes the combination from Aaron Pryor.
He's vulnerable for an overhand right.
He is showing another whole side of him, though. He has not been completely the brawler in this fight. And he's fighting a very intelligent fight. And a combination scores again. Doesn't hurt Arguello, but nonetheless.
Punches up.
Referee Stanley Christodoulou warning Arguello, and between rounds, Panama Lewis went over to Christodoulou and said, tell him to keep his punches up.
Watch what happens when Arguello goes to Aaron Pryor's body and then comes back with his head. Overhand right.
Under 30 seconds remaining in the 8th round. And Arguello going downstairs and coming upstairs, just as you mentioned, Ray. And again takes a warning for low blows. Arguello is starting to time Pryor a little bit better at the end of the 8th round. Just a little bit.
Probably because Pryor was slowing up a little bit.
It'd be quite difficult for Arguello to figure him out. But once he slows down, Arguello comes on strong, gains momentum, and start working that body and up and back to the head. To stay there, not to come out back outside. Inside, Pryor's able to get those little short uppercuts.
Pryor is inside now. Takes the right hand from Arguello.
You see it happens every time, Barry. Every time Pryor steps out, his hands are down, and Arguello lands. He connects with punches. And stay away from the ropes.
There's a right hand that causes Pryor to take a step back. And another right hand by Arguello, but as you mentioned, right, Pryor always comes right back after a punch. There was a right hand by Arguello again, and Pryor now holds on for a moment. Three-punch combination by Pryor, who's now right on top of Arguello. Arguello stays right there and misses 2 shots of his own. Pryor lunges in with a right hand that's over the head. End of the 9th round, Larry. Merchant's word for it. They were there.
We did see him.
10th round.
That was the second good round in a row for Arguello.
And this is his biggest payday.
I really felt that this fight wouldn't go beyond 10 rounds. I sensed that...
uppercut by Arguello. The blood above the eye has not really shown. Pryor showing that sort of quasi-bolo punch that he says Sugar Ray Leonard stole from him.
I stole from him.
There's a right hand by Arguello. And a right hand by Pryor. End of the 10th.
I still have Pryor very, very slightly ahead in this fight. 5-4-1.
Coming to the 11th round, so it's an either-way proposition as Larry Merchant sees it. Stanley Christodoulou continuing to talk to Pryor's corner. There is no blood showing right at the moment. There's a right hand by Arguello. And Pryor backs up for the moment. And another right hand by Arguello. There's a hard right hand by Arguello. But Pryor did not take one step back. Tough kid.
Those were some devastating punches by Alexis Arguello. Some of this team has left Arguello, because if not, I feel Pryor would have been down.
Pryor coming back with an attack of his own. Takes two more from Arguello. Pryor does not seem hurt. Combination by Arguello again. The uppercut and the overhand right. Back with another overhand right. Pryor smiles at him at the bell.
Landed 3 or 4 of those, and let's take a look at them. A body shot followed by a right hand, under and over.
As you see it now, the fight's dead even.
It's just about dead even, yes.
And the pace picking up considerably. Pryor off the stool and right in Alexis Arguello's lap. Left hand by Pryor. Pryor with a combination. Arguello wobbles for a moment. Goes back against the ropes. I think that might have hurt him. And Arguello with a right hand. Pryor's legs wobble for a minute by Arguello. That right hand missed. A right hand by Pryor, right on the eye of Arguello.
You know, Arguello is now he's doubling that right hand up. He goes to the body with it and comes back up to the head.
Pryor lunges with that right, and Arguello missed the uppercut. A little bit of blood showing once more from the eye of Arguello, but it is not any more of a problem now than it was 4 rounds ago. There's a right hand uppercut that caught Pryor leaning in, but again, he didn't hurt him. And Pryor continues to work on the eye of Arguello. And another good right hand and a left hand. Pryor now had Arguello grabbing for a moment. Now the bell did ring. As we mentioned, this bell is not very loud. Now Pryor up off the stool. Incidentally, that was the first time between that rounds that I've seen Aaron Pryor draw a deep breath. Pryor forces the attack. This is the 13th round. It is still anybody's guess. Toe to toe. Nobody really doing much damage, but toe to toe slugging.
Barry, notice Arguello's way he throws his left hand. I believe something's wrong with him. He's hitting open glove now.
There's a right hand by Pryor. Opens up Arguello for the moment. Pryor leaning into his man now. There's a right hand by Arguello and a left hand back. And Pryor seems to be just a step slow right now.
Well, you look at the way that Arguello's delivering those body shots. Well, he's really thinking also.
There's a right hand, snaps the head back, and Pryor is hurt. That was the best punch of the fight. And I mean right on the button. That was like target practice. I don't know how anybody else could stand up against that punch.
Come back like Pryor's doing.
The punch a little bit low by Arguello, and it really just caught Pryor out of position.
Pryor needs to get back inside. It's too dangerous on the outside.
Causing more problems. There's a good right hand by Pryor. Another tremendous round. Panama Lou is telling Aaron Pryor that he had to win these next 2 rounds. I'm not sure that that's completely accurate, but I would think it would be a pretty good idea. And a left hand snaps the head of Arguello back. Arguello is wobbling, breathing through his mouth. Right hand. it's one of those here it comes, and it's still scored. Pryor a left jab and a combination again. And Arguello's in trouble. Arguello in big trouble against the ropes. Pryor going for the kill, trying to put him away. Arguello trying to cover up. A smashing right hand. Arguello's helpless against the ropes. Arguello's hands at his side. It's over. Aaron Pryor has retained his junior welterweight championship. Arguello slips to the canvas.